Hello, it's Mike Rhyner here, and I want to thank you for joining us on Patreon.com. And I do hope that you will check out the Sunset Lounge, because there you can find a vast array of very, very entertaining and engaging podcasts, such as Shippy and Grooves. It is sports, it is topical, it highlights the stories most people probably haven't heard, and they put their own fun twist on things, always guaranteed to make you laugh. Shippy and Grooves at the Sunset Lounge.
Nobody would have thought that I would be the one. Rhyner, sports talk. Baseball, 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 baseball.
Oh, with the big mic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Okay, now I get it.
We got a lightning strike, boys. What happened over there, Grego? We had a little lightning strike right outside the window.
All right. Here's a tip for all these Americano League teams.
Wait, you said tip?
Yeah, tip.
Okay.
With a P.
Keep jamming.
The ticket, colon, nothing but a big Gen X jerk-off say. This is a cool night or what? Although somebody would hear that and go, bullshit.
I'm back, bitches.
Well. Look what we have here. Why, it looks like a podcast. But could that really be? Oh, of course it can be. Hi, this is your dark companion. I would be Mike Rhyner, and we are here with you today with the whole crew inside our little hovel, on hand and ready to roll. Going to talk some hockey today because it's been a while since the Dallas Hockey Stars were eliminated, and tonight the Stanley Cup Finals begin. Mm-hmm. And the Dallas Hockey Stars, alas, are nowhere to be found in this. And here we are, left out here in the hinterlands to wonder why, how, because we're entitled in that way. We're entitled to have the Stars in the finals. But I can scarcely think of a better thing to do than get somebody in here who knows and understands the ways of these things, the ways of this game, those subtle things that makes them carry on in that way that they do, those subtle things that we're really not close enough to understand it. And those of us who didn't grow up with this game, hello, probably can't understand it. But a guy who played it can and does, especially if he's been playing it all his life, as I expect this guy to tell us that he, in fact, did. He is Marty Turco.
Right.
The former Stars great, the man between the pipes for many years with the Stars. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
It's good to see you.
Great intro. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
I like what you've done with the place here. It's cute.
Thank you. Yeah, it is kind of cute.
I don't know.
Exactly the vibe we were going for.
Yes.
I'm sure. I love that. Yeah, you're cute. Yeah, thanks.
How you been?
I've been good. I've been really good. Thank you. You finally get on here. I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm very glad to have you because, hockey has been around here for a long time, and I don't mean to shortchange the game in any way because it's been around here long enough for me to become a fan, and I have. You know?
It's not hard. It's a fast pace, like live hockey. If you see it live, then it's hard not to become a fan. And the physical nature of it, even though it's gotten softer over the years, it's still relative to all the other sports, right? Amazing live. It's so physical, and the abuse the guys put themselves through, especially this time of year, playoffs, go win that Stanley Cup is pretty amazing. And, looking back, now I've been out for a while, it's just almost like what an honor and a privilege to play in the NHL, especially very fortunate, just as importantly, to be drafted by the Dallas Stars in 1994 and call this home. We've been here for 25 plus years. It's crazy.
Marty Turco had 11 years in the NHL. The first 9 were with the Stars. He was an all-star in 02-03, 03-04, and 06-07. He led the league in save percentage and GAA in 2000, 2001, and 02-03.
That's goals against average.
That's goals against
I like
average.
hockey.
I like goals against average. That's a good indicator of how effective a goalie is because, let's face it, the idea is to keep the puck out of the net, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
That is the hope.
You know, it's like an ERA in a way.
Yeah, it is kind of like
It's most
ERA.
of it, but you know, sometimes guys got to field it. Guys got to block shots. Same
In 02-03, he set a goals against average of 1.72. That was the modern NHL record.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't last long. It got broken the next year, but for that one sweet year, you held it.
Kiprasov broke it, but he only played 30 games.
That doesn't count.
Oh, that shouldn't count.
Big asterisks, but
Yeah.
the coolest thing about that, just because I would give you a break here, was that who held the record previous to me was Tony Esposito, we're from the same hometown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad grew up with Tony and Phil, Hall of Famers. Our town's only 70,000 people, and I'm not even close to being the best goalie ever from my hometown. But I broke his record. He sent me a really awesome note, and he's no longer with us, but he's just, he was happy another Sioux guy broke it. So that was a great year, but, we had great teams, and it's part of it.
Now, you talk about the Espositos. Back before the Stars got here, and even like when I was way, way younger, and we might or might not have a season where they'd show hockey on Sunday or something like that. And other than that, it was a renegade game here, a renegade game there, and that was all you got before ESPN came along and went all big in it. But there were certain guys back then that, you heard their name and you recognized their name and you recognized them as hockey players of some kind. Bobby Hull was one.
Oh, yeah.
And so were the Espositos. The Espositos made their mark in hockey.
Yeah, they're big. They played in that famous 72 Summit Series with Russia, Canada-Russia series.
Yeah.
Most Russians don't care. They just scream miracle 1980. But those guys are big guys on that. But they're, they both won cups and they're Hall of Famers, which is pretty cool. And good dudes.
Well, I had mentioned a moment ago that tonight the Stanley Cup Finals start, and we have a rematch of the Stanley Cup Finals a year ago with the Florida Panthers, present owners of the Stanley Cup, being challenged once again by the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I can't even tell you where in Florida the Florida Panthers play. I don't think it's Fort Lauderdale.
It's actually West Fort Lauderdale, almost in the Everglades. It is out there.
Okay.
Is that of a trek?
Is that like Miami, in the Miami area?
It's Miami area.
Okay, all right. But let's not concern ourselves with them too much right now because the Edmonton Oilers are the team that got there by eliminating the Dallas Stars. And is it just a matter of the Stars happening to run into a better team, or what happened here?
They were good. Edmonton was good. They should get credit. When you think of the Edmonton Oilers, you think of McDavid, right? And then Leon Draisaitl, some two best players. No one would argue really that Connor McDavid's the best player. Where does Leon Draisaitl fit into that? Top 5, top 10, somewhere? But they're good. But the rest of their team deserves as much credit because, we had Miro back. Miro plays hard against McDavid. Their goalie looked like, an all-star. He hasn't even played every game this playoffs. He's had some issues himself, but they're good. They're deeper. Their coaching probably deserves a lot of credit the way they play because they used to be this good and they couldn't get anywhere, but now they're just playing so hard. And they played us tough. They didn't give us much chances, but we also struggled in the first round and we struggled on the road in the second round, but we found ways to win, and it seemed like Edmonton had our number, and I was like, just please go back for game 6. Let's somehow get away, and then scored first 2 shots in game 5, and that kind of just set the tone for the rest of the night. And then we'd claw back like we did every series, every game, and then get McDavid on a breakaway and just put it out of reach. So they were good. I don't think we played our best. We had some injured guys, but it's par for the course this time of year.
That happens.
That does happen in our sport. It's much of a war of attrition than it is anything, to be honest with you. But they're good. I think they deserve a lot of credit. And me personally, I think Paul Coffey, one of their assistant coaches, he didn't need to take this job a couple years ago. He took it. And I think he does a number with their defense and how their systems are rolled out. I think, and he won the Cup probably 5 times, maybe 6, honestly.
Yeah.
He could skate.
Yeah, he was part of the Gretzky years up there.
Yeah, and he was in Pittsburgh with the Mario teams too.
That guy must be living right.
Yeah, he's
a lot of things
like,
work out for him.
Yeah, it was like a Zubov, multiple cups, different teams.
Yeah.
He was a really good skater. But anyway, I think he knows the game really well, and I don't think he gets enough credit, nor does he want it, but just my own opinion.
Now, there's a lot of controversy and chit-chat over the way the season ended for the Stars. And as this controversy and chit-chat takes place, at least in circles that I've been involved in it sooner or later, things seem to be landing at the feet of the coach.
Yeah.
And have you ever been in a situation where a coach has lost a team?
Yeah.
You hear that term a lot, and that means that the players, I don't know, I haven't been there myself, so I'm just guessing here. But I take it to mean that the players just sort of tune the guy out. They hear the same message over again, told to them the same way by the same guy for so long. And after a while, they're just going, yeah.
Well, that was Hitch. I was here for the Hitch firing. And I was around for the whole thing, obviously, since he became coach in the mid-late 90s. But he was hard. He was hard to listen to. He was hard on the guys. He was meticulous. He was passionate. He was darn good. But those guys have shelf lives. I don't know if Pete DeBoer's had a bunch of different teams. So I guess it's fair to say all coaches do, but some just have a shorter shelf life than others.
He at least seems to burn bright. Like, he gets you to the conference finals, it seems like, just about every year, but then it does seem like something maybe happens with a goalie especially, and he tends to get shown the door.
Dave Tippett used to say to us, who actually saw him get fired too, and just things happen. But, he always said, listen to me, I'll get you to the playoffs. If you guys want to win it, that's up to you. And I never forgot it because... we did in the playoffs, right? If you don't win, it's always going to be someone's getting the blame. Goalies always, right? Even years you have good playoffs, they're still like didn't win it all. So goalies and coaches are the first two to take the blame always. So this is nothing new.
Yeah.
How it all went down, different story, but that was a unique one. But yeah, nobody wants to be the goalie. Everybody wants to be the goalie until the lights come on.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to coach until they got to pack up and move to another city. And you got to go to those press conferences. But we've got a good coach. We've got a great goalie. So for my seat, I really don't complain. But it was an interesting ending, to say the least.
And as fate would have it, that's exactly the way it's playing out here with Jake Ottinger. And in that last game, there were 2 early goals, and he wound up getting pulled. Now, I always equate this in hockey with changing pitchers in baseball, except in changing pitchers in baseball, there is a way that it's done. And that way begins with the manager walking out to the mound. Time is called. Play stops down. The manager walks out to the mound, claps his hands a couple of times, says something, holds out his hand. The pitcher gives him the ball, walks off. Guy comes in from the bullpen, warms up. Manager walks off. We play on. That's kind of the ritual of it.
It's a classic, yeah.
This, in hockey, when you pull the goalie, it seems to happen really suddenly. And it seems to be very jarring. It happens very fast. And nobody really has too much time to think about it.
Yeah, no warm up. Yeah, no warm up shots.
No
reason why. No walk. No manager telling you, coach
Right.
coming on the ice, like, hey, listen, I really care about you, but your time's come. And unlike now, pitchers, I don't know who's had a complete game this year, if there's been any or some, But, we play the whole game. So we're expected to, there's always a walk to every game. There's the manager coming out there.
Yeah.
Ours is, a couple times a year, hopefully, maybe less, maybe more, if you're having a bad year.
Yeah, for the Stars, Otter played every minute of every game, and what was it, 100 save differential or something like that?
Yeah, he played more, but you only learn those stats when you don't win, right? No one gives a crap how much or little you played. But I'll tell you, it's a bad walk of shame. It's a bad feeling getting pulled. I wasn't immune to that part of it, but you let in another goal, and every once in a while you're like, don't look at the bench, because the telltale is if the other goalie's putting on his mask, then it's time's up. And even though I was pissed, you would, because you don't want to blame yourself, but I would stay in the net as long as I could. So I was just trying to maximize my time leaving, giving my buddy a chance to warm up a little bit more. That's what I was thinking in my head. And I'm like, if you're going to make this change, there's a reason, right? It's like I suck or the team sucks or both. And usually pull the goalie for momentum change, and so I'm trying to drag it out a little bit as much as it hurt. And then I'd go change my shirt, get a dry one on, because after 5-10 minutes, you're just freezing. You're soaking wet. Now you're in an ice rink, you get cold. So I'd always go change and then, kind of shake it off, look in the mirror, and then go out there with a better attitude of being a good teammate. And I think in this case, watching Jake at the bench, he did that, Team first, and he's a good team player.
Yeah, and he had to sit there while ESPN's ringside analyst is saying all the stuff about Ottinger's performance, 3 feet away from him. Yeah. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, well, welcome to pro sports.
Yeah, he's dealt with worse, I'm sure.
Yeah, it ain't for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that. But that was a tough one, and I listened to Pete. He said, playing the game to win, and I thought that was a winning move, and I had to do something. And, if Jake would have stayed in there and let in more goals, and we'd be having a different conversation. Why did I pull him? Because I made a choice, and you got to live with it. And he's like, I'm fine with it, because I might do it again, to be honest with you. But, you got to make those calls right away. The goals weren't, egregious by any means. Like, you had a kind of a bad bounce shot, and then like a mini breakaway from one of our old teammates. Sneaks in the 5-hole, just obviously he felt like, he was off a little bit.
Yeah.
And he used the excuse of not winning many games against Edmonton in the last couple of years. But
I've since read that both of those goals were because of defensive breakdowns in front of them, which,
that happens every day, every minute, And sometimes not a breakdown, just a bad bounce, and they're good, Coaches usually forget. The other team's pretty good too,
Yeah.
You don't see too many guys coming down the wing anymore and bombing it and scoring like that happened in our era. And I once in a while just remind Tippett, I'm like, the guy just shot at 98 miles an hour, like right, perfect shot. And yeah, usually maybe I would have it, but I was still a pretty fast shot. Like, give the guy some credit. I'll have it next time. Leave me alone.
Yeah, you've done it before.
You do it every day, so you always think you can have it. There's any shot anytime. The only guy was like Zdeno Chara shot at 108 miles an hour one time, or Al McGinnis. Even though once I saw his curve in a All-Star game one time, I figured it out. I'm like, never again scoring on me, Al. But anyway, the joys of the game. But you know what? I'm glad it was a controversy. That's just because it means people are paying attention.
Yeah.
Hockey's been on the map, as you said. We've got Stars zone operator at 16 sheets of ice. We need 16 more. It's bumping like crazy. Our business has never been better. Obviously, our team's doing great, but our front office with Brad Alberts and them are crushing it. So we like controversy because that means people are listening. They want to talk about it. So if this is what we got to talk about, I mean, I know our goalie's over it. That is the one thing goalies are good at, forgetting things.
Yeah.
And my wife hates that about me. There's just one jug of milk. Do you mind? How could you forget that 5 days straight?
So
that's a goalie.
So when you're in there and you let in a couple of goals, do you start thinking maybe they're going to come get me?
Sometimes. Sadly, yeah. Not always. No, usually you're so in tune with the game, and I would suspect after 2 quick goals, I don't think Jake thought he was getting pulled. It was so early in the game, and you're just already thinking, oh, okay, I mean, trying to regroup. I gotta get ready for the next one. No more, whatever your self-talk is. And then to look up and see Casey the Smith coming your way probably just chapped his ass. Because, you know, it's one thing like it's third period or 4 goals and 2, like 30-some minutes into the game. That's a different story, you know?
I got to tell you, I mean, again, I'm no hockey expert here, but it shocked the shit out of me, you know?
My phone was blown up. You know, and then the owner's looking at me and Tom's like, is that good? I'm like, guess we'll see.
And he probably
There's a lot of hockey left. I will say Casey the Smith played great, considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
He played great all year. He did, you know, the goal he let in there not long afterwards. I think Jake saves that one because he was just so antsy. And when you get in there, you're like, oh, okay, I got to, you know, everybody's trying their hardest, but you're like, sometimes you overtry. And I think he was moving, and that puck slid underneath him. I think if Jake's in there, he stops someone. But if Jake's in there, that everything's different, right? One blocker save changes the whole future of the game.
Sure.
Right? So, yeah, it shocked the crap out of everybody.
Did you at least maybe think that Otter would come back into the game in the second period or anything? Or
I was thinking that.
Were you expecting him to just be done for the night? Or were you surprised, I guess?
All right, maybe they'll put him back in. But then, I don't know, is it a double slap in the face? You know? You did me then, but now you need me. You know, I don't know. Like, I'm personally, I mean, at playoff time, I never got pulled in the playoffs. Probably should have a few times, but I never did. I don't know, man. They should have, like, regular season. I'm like, you're going to pull me? Just pull me. No, pull me back in there. Like, F you, you know. We already had 2 hot dogs.
Got a new shirt. It's a whole thing.
Making sure the beer's on ice. Like, we're ready to go. And then hey, maybe we're playing back-to-back. And so I'm like, all right, I'll play tomorrow. Or maybe have a chance to play tomorrow.
Get a little
But more
rest.
than anything, I'm really cheering for my partner, you know, because we play the game to win. We get paid to win. Mm-hmm. And even though you guys would argue, you know, goalies get paid to stop the puck, I looked at it differently. I said, I get paid to win, which majority of that, and a high majority of that, is stopping the puck.
Yeah.
If you're doing it really well, then there's other things you can do. But when you're doing it really poorly, as Razor says, you know, bad goaltending is 100% of the game. You know? Good goaltending is only 80. If you're having a bad night, there's no way you guys can score 10. Like, you're having a bad night, and that's the way it goes.
So you get pulled, and I guess you go over there and sit on the bench with the rest of the guys for the rest of the game, right?
Mm-hmm. Cheer them on. Be a good teammate.
What is the vibe over there like?
Oh, no one's talking to you. No eye contact. No nothing. It's terrible. You know? It's like, I don't know. I don't even know what to compare it to.
It's like the bad version of in baseball, you know, when you got a perfect game going and no one talks to you.
Yeah.
It's like the complete opposite of that.
Yeah,
except
it's
no
like,
one's
it's like
still
that
talking
in
to you.
reverse.
Yeah, but you're still not getting talked to.
But not getting talked to. Yeah. No, I mean, literally no eye contact. That's so bad.
Golly.
You're like, I'm just human, you know?
Yeah. You're just a chill guy.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, saw Otter fist bumping the guys, and he's not a rah-rah guy anyway, but, you know, it just says a lot about him. There's a few times I went into the locker room, changed shirts, and I thought about not coming back out because I'm pissed, you know? Mm-hmm. But majority of times, I mean, every time I did come out, very rarely did I not talk to the media because that's a whole different deal. You got to face the music, and it's just part of the job, you know. And it's better to just get it over with anyway.
Yeah. Does it play in any particular, in this case, do you think, does it play in any particular way with everybody else in the room? Because I was reading something yesterday about how Ottinger's a guy who brings everybody together.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the guys that kind of, you know, like there are cliques on every team, but he kind of bridges the gap between all of them.
Yeah, goalies could do that because, you know, you have your buddies. You know, for me, it was like Brendan Morrow and Madonna and Steve Ott. And then, you know, we're a global game. We got tons of Finns. We had back then, we had Swedes, Czechos, Russians, we had a guy from Austria, Germany, you know, like, so there can be cliques. And you got Americans and Canadians, you got forwards, you got D-men. And, you know, I got my penalty killers and because there's the high scoring guys, like I spend more time with them fighting with each other in practice.
Yeah.
But we spent a lot of time because they make me better and my job is to make them better. But then my D-man are my guys, right? So we had a goalie D dinner back in my era, which was a blast. Steve thought he was a good penalty kill. He wanted to join it. I'm like, it says F in front of your name on the hockey card. You're not coming to dinner. I'll buy you McDonald's tomorrow. He was so annoyed. But yeah, I think he does it consciously, and goaltending just does it subconsciously because, your starting goalies is so important and you need them. And it's the one player that gives everybody the confidence to do their job.
Yeah, but it's such a mental high wire that these guys seem to be walking,
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah.
No, you tell me about it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing here.
That's the whole point.
It is the most rewarding position in sports. It's probably the hardest. Clearly, I'm biased, but I've heard all the takes on it. And I'll tell you what's really unfair is that moment after you get scored on, when their bench is looking at you like, oh, is that a bad goal? Do we have him? Is he toast? So we just like fire everything on net now? They're all going in tonight. And so they're looking at you, and then your team's looking at you and saying, is he okay? Is he going to be normal, Marty? Or is he going like, we got to worry about him, Marty? Because if I got bad mannerisms and I'm doing stuff out of the ordinary in a bad way, whether it's subconscious or not, my teammates are going to look at me saying, oh crap, like block everything,
Yeah.
That's just going to change the way they play. So now instead of doing their job, they're going to try to do a job and a half, maybe 2 jobs. And that just throws everything out of whack. And there's nights I felt horrible and faked it through it. And there's nights I felt great and looked worse. And there's nights where I felt not great and it showed on the scoreboard. Mm-hmm. And you could tell the team just, majority of the time I give them the chance to win it, but when you don't, you need them. It's just a hard, unfair position to be in. That's all. And I can't go score goals, but I can let in 10, and that's not easy. But that's not the way we think. We think of like, okay, I want to stop that one, that next one. Like it's even though the routine saves, and when you're struggling, you got to really focus and sometimes you get in your own way mentally. So it is. It's a tough one. It showed, I proved to myself so many different times of things I thought I couldn't do or get over, which really helps out in life and being a parent and now in the business world. It is really interesting, but there's a lot of self-evaluation and motivational talk going on. I'm glad no one could read my mind while I was playing. Things I'd say to myself, I was like, I'm hoping nobody's listening. But,
so like the next day after a game like that, do goalie and coach get together and look at the goals that you gave up and talk about them and everything, or
with the goalie coach?
Oh, well,
yeah. Not
with the head coach.
Head coach would be no, because usually they don't know goaltending.
Yeah,
they're just like shut up and stop the puck.
Yeah,
probably Pete was a forward to be my guess. I had Andy Moog for a while.
Yeah,
Moger. Love Moger. And, we weren't talking style. Now they're talking movement and stuff. Like, the goalie coaches are a big part of it. Back then, Moger was just great. Like, he played in the NHL. He played for Team Canada. He played in playoffs. Like, and he was the number 1 stud for a long time. So he was, we talk mentality more than anything,
Yeah.
And so we watched the goals. And, Moger would say all the time, he's like, you're not as good as you thought you were, but you weren't as bad as you thought you were. Let's watch the tape. And some nights I thought I had 2 left feet, and you watch it, and I was right there. I was, just a smidge behind, or that puck hit something that I didn't know and went in. Blaming myself. Or when you're really good and you watch it, and that guy just missed an open net, and that one hit the post, and this guy blocked a shot that was going in. So he always kept us even keel, and that's really our job, is just to kind of be super steady throughout it. And usually by the morning, I was already over it.
Yeah.
Especially if we had a couple of beers. It's really easy to get over stuff that way. But yeah, you show up the next morning and you watch, and it's just like life, right? Make a mistake, try not to do it again. But you learn more through that trials and tribulations that you do when you win, I'll tell you. And letting in goals is always like a mini test, right? And then, you literally have to play shot by shot. It's so cliche, but I mean, that thing's coming in so fast, and you got 4 or 5 guys between you, and they use black tape with a black puck. You know, they can't see this thing, and where is it? And you know, people always forget they're not aiming at you; they're trying to hit the corners.
Yeah.
Not one idiot's like aiming right in the middle of you, even though they've got hit there a lot. Our guys were terrible. Some guys were, but some guys could pick those corners, and you got to be. If your mind's not clear, you're dead.
This is Marty Turco with us here on Your Dark Companion today. Now, I've got another DeBoer involved situation that I want to get into with you here in just a little bit. But right now, it's time for the dreaded mid-roll read. That's right.
Get ready, Marty.
What if you could free yourself of pain and anxiety and sleepless nights? And what if you could do it naturally? The CBD House of Healing is a women-owned CBD boutique. They can help. They would like to help. They carry only products from their lab made to meet the highest quality and purity standards. Their owner, who is also an RN, emphasizes building trusted relationships through education. Giving you the knowledge to care for yourself is their ultimate goal. Find your relief from the aches and pains, the emotional stress and drain, and sleep again. CBDDallas.com. They're at 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101 in Dallas, on the northeast corner of Plano Road and Northwest Highway, in that burgeoning quadrant up there. Begin your healing at the House of Healing. In addition to that, it's Texas Rangers night, June 6th, and YDC is back at Riders Field. Grego will be joining us that night, and you'll want to be there too. Don't miss the opportunity to grab your very own Kamara Rocker bobblehead for just a $20 add-on. And remember, it's also fantastic Fireworks Friday. Enjoy fireworks from the field. After the game, go to milb.com/Frisco/tickets to purchase your tickets, and a Kamara Rocker bobblehead. First pitch, 7:05. Is that it?
Yep, your bobblehead right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there's the Kamara Rocker bobblehead.
Literally
Looking good.
in a rocker.
Right there. Look at him.
Right in the rocker.
Yeah.
Hey, good job on the read.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
We survived it.
You're not an
We made
amateur.
Yeah.
He's a pro.
Yeah, but I don't know how to work this thing.
Don't you just stop it?
Uh-oh. Is it still scrolling?
Yeah, it's still scrolling.
That's awesome.
And it's scrolling fast, too. It's not screwing around today. It's going for it.
At least you didn't go into autopilot and start trying to read it that fast. That would have been amazing, though.
Don't think I didn't think about it.
Next time.
That's going to be how he gets out of doing it.
Yeah.
I was going to jump in there and pull you and see how that felt.
Yeah. I'll take over.
Yeah, I can't tell you, buddy. You got to actually experience getting
Yeah.
yanked.
He'll sit out the rest of the show.
I got it from here.
Yeah.
See, thinking about it just makes you mad, doesn't it?
It does.
He's psyched out. He's got the yips now.
Taking me
I
out
do
of
have
my
the
chair.
yips. You want to do the rest of the show, Shoopy?
Nope. You got this. I believe in you. I'm mobile.
All right, this is Marty Turco, the former Stars great, a goalie who knows all about what those guys go through. And we've been talking to him about how Jake Ottinger got pulled, but there's another aspect of this game that I want to talk to you about. Mm-hmm. And this also concerns the perception of that guys have when something happens to one of their own. Ropey Hintz got, egregiously. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen happen in sports. When that guy slashed his foot, knowing that his foot was not right anyway, and I don't remember if it was in the middle of play or play had just been called, but
It was pretty early on in the game.
yeah.
It was in the middle of play.
Yeah.
Oh,
The play
it
was,
was?
he was in front of the net. The play was going up there, and as he was kind of getting up, Darnell smoked him on top of the foot.
That's why they don't tell people where they put it.
It wasn't the. I've seen way worse. A lot. a lot of times, and a lot worse. Not saying he's got him in the right spot. You know, it's playoffs. People, they play to win. Sucked for us, but
that's dirty, though, man.
yeah, that's right. I loved it. Guy's playing to win. I don't know. He's a big, strong dude, and I mean, it's just no. In this day and age, there's no need for that in the game anymore. But it happens every game. I thought it was worse than when Rupe did come back. Then he was skating off the ice, and one of their other defensemen purposely slashed him in the same foot.
Yeah.
Now that was rude.
Yeah.
That's rude. Yeah. Kind of like that too, but that's
That's probably the one I'm thinking about more than that.
yeah.
The initial
first one.
play.
Yeah, the initial one.
Okay, yeah. They both were rude, but I don't know. Like,
But in the game of hockey,
that's how I grew up.
in the game of hockey, everybody just says, "Well, that's hockey,"
yeah, there you go.
and
Okay,
you
I fit
go
in.
about your business.
Yeah. I mean, breaking bones is, you're not trying to hurt anybody. It's not fair. You're trying not to break any bones. How's that?
Yeah, I
Slow
guess
a guy down.
I guess if you can get up and walk off, you're okay.
He was able to play the next couple games, so
Yeah. I played with a broken foot one time, not from a slash, but from a puck. Right in a instep. Had a spiral fracture,
dude.
but it wasn't that bad. Like, it's just painful a little bit. And I'm like, "Can I play?" And they're like, "Yeah." The best part was, I'd never practiced for like 4 weeks straight. But I played every game.
It's like you found a cheat code or
I was
something.
just like, "This is great,
I
living
gotta
the
break my
life."
foot every game.
Yeah. Oh my God! Look, it's healed. I got 10 wins. That's great.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe that, though, man.
Yeah.
That was just a really, really egregious slash.
Well, that's why I think Edmonton has a chance this series, because the Panthers are worse in terms of playing dirty to win. They are. They're dirty.
Are they?
They're physical. Man, I don't know. Just to me, it looks like they just want to win.
Yeah.
Especially if you think, skill wise, our team is as good as anybody. So you're like, oh, well, I'm going to slow this guy down, right? Which is, McDavid takes more abuse than most people realize.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to slow him down. You don't want to hurt the guy. He's the best player in the game. We market this guy, but, name on that Stanley Cup, be pretty sweet though, right? What would you be willing to do to get your name on that cup, right? There's the question. There's a lot of things, and that's one of them. So I think this series is going to be great. I wish it was us. But, two good teams are playing.
Now, as a goaltender, you get caught up in a lot of scrums
I did, yeah.
around the net. I mean, any goaltender does. That's just the
No,
nature of the.
Our guy doesn't. When Razor, Hall of Fame Razor, by the way, congratulations.
Yeah,
Yes.
congratulations to him.
That is crazy. I mean, when he said I was shocked, I believe him. We're all not shocked he's a Hall of Famer because he's so good. But anyway, Razor used to say, when he introduces me sometimes, at events or whatever, and he'd say all-time wins and it's the good stuff. And he'd be like, also, all-time most penalized goalie in Dallas Stars history. And he goes, so much so, it's not even close. I'm like, you can leave that out, Daryl, next time. So I got involved in scrums, and I'm not a mean person, but when I put the mask on, and like I said earlier, you play to win. If somehow I thought that gave me 1% chance more by hooking the guy, slashing him, I'm doing it. And it cost us a few times. But I'd like to see the numbers on it, but I bet you, let's say I took 100 penalties, we probably killed 95 of them.
Yeah.
Just a little extra effort in there. Please don't go in.
And that was the fun thing. Sorry, that was the fun thing about your play was you played out of the net pretty often for a goalie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know how it compared to others in the league at the time, but it definitely felt like you were willing to put yourself out there, kind of sort of act as almost a forward at times, trying to play the puck and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't trying to, but I was playing it.
You were. I'm
successfully, often.
Perfectly.
And, analytics is a big part of the game today. It's just, baseball, Moneyball. And I mean, we're still, you wouldn't believe the analytics in our sport, for a free-flowing, speedy game.
Oh, I'll bet.
And so what our analytics were back in the day was we realized when I was out playing the puck, moving it to our defensemen or the forwards or just not letting them get it first and putting in a position at the very least where it'd be a 50-50 fight for that puck. But trying to make flat, clean passes and exit the zone quicker. So we realized we were down in that end more than we were in our end. We're like, hey, we got something here. That was our analytics, back in the day. But no, my kid wanted to be goalie. I'm like, dude, if you want to be goalie, you got to be a good skater. And I was on the skates when I was 2, played forward till I was 9, full-time goalie 10. That skating really helped out. And it does not just for your movements. I mean, like, look at these guys. Like, watch Bobrovsky tonight. His edge work is impeccable. Jake's is great. Casey's is really good too. But then I switched my hand over, and I was the first goalie to play differently than anybody else. And now all the goalies in the world do it. I turned my hand over to do it. It just gave me another weapon, a backhand. I had a bigger dispersion rate. Anyway, but I did that first. But I did it, and it was an advantage. It's back to the whole winning thing. Like, I don't want to get out there and get smoked. It wasn't my job. Like, I saw less shots that night.
Yeah.
So it actually might hurt it. But I'm here to win. I'm giving it, I turned my butt too, and they got so mad. Now they have that stupid trapezoids in there because they would never hit the goalie. Plus, they had Hatcher standing there waiting to clobber him if they did. I love having Big Hatch on the team. Anyway, yeah, just we played the game to win, and playing the puck was a really big part of it for me. And when I played the Oilers, they always sent 2 guys in for whatever reason, and we would just dummy them. Like, I'd send it right past one of those 2 dummies, and we're gone. We didn't spend any time in our zone.
I was a goalkeeper in soccer, and I've noticed a lot more lately that the same style that you're talking about with hockey is how a lot of goalkeepers are playing now in soccer too. They're playing almost outside the box, playing a lot more with their feet than they are with their hands. It's kind of crazy just to see how games are evolving like that.
It's just like adding another player, and if you have more players than they do, chance of somebody being open. I mean, they would smoke me by not coming to me. But if they came to me and I got a hand on the thing, then I'd bypass one person, and now it's 5 against 4 moving up the ice. So, but if they didn't come to me, then my defense would have to come get it. Then it'd be like normal action you'd see today.
Now, word was that DeBoer told everybody not to go after the guy that slashed Ropey. I
pretty much said that's not our game or something like that.
Yeah,
it's not. That's fair. I mean, back in our day, no one had to tell us. We wouldn't get that guy till next year. Honestly, I don't know when it changed to. It's maybe because these guys are younger. They need instant gratification. Like, there's fighting in the playoffs now, and I mean, third period, someone hits them and someone's turning around whacking them back. I'm like, we would get crucified.
Yeah, there have been a lot more scrums in the playoffs than
scrums are great. But I'm saying, if you retaliate, take a penalty, and they go score in the power play, like, you might be sent down in the minors or traded. And now it's kind of like, whatever. And anyway, it blows my mind. Man, I'm just a little blown out of proportion a little bit, but those things wouldn't happen back. You'd have to tell us, don't go get them. We'll all right, we'll get them November 30th, whatever. We see them next year.
How does that play in the room when something like that happens to one of your guys and the coach tells you don't go after him?
I think it's fine, personally, because of the way we played. But I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes don't tell us what to do. we know, buddy. We got this. And that's Rupe, our top number 1 centerman. Maybe the guy needs a slash back. Get him if you can. Just don't take a penalty over it. I think that was our unwritten rule. Now they have 2 refs back. I first started, there was only 1. Just wait till he wasn't looking. It was so horrible.
Yeah, just don't get caught.
Don't get caught.
So, like, after you get taken out of a game and you go in there and watch the video with the goalie coach and everything, does the head coach ever get involved in that? Or does anybody else on the defense get involved in it or anything?
Well, we
I mean, does it turn into more of a group thing?
Like, if I watch my goalie coach and there's something I'm like, hey, this bozo's not supposed to be here, or he's supposed to be there, or I don't know why he did that, then he would tell the coach, and in our team meeting, he'd bring it up. And then we'd have a discussion in front of everybody. We just didn't want to bring single people out. Every once in a while, we would be like, hey, come on in here. Let's watch this goal. Love him last night. But we tried to do it together as a team, just to not, so if I would tell Robitaille, then John Clem, they got to hear the same thing too, you know. And I was a big talker on the ice, so communication was a big part of it, and that just wasn't verbal only. It was also when watching film, being on the same page, and talking through things on the ice. You know, we don't practice as long as people probably think. So when we're on the ice, we got to maximize it, right? And you need to, you just got to articulate what's going on in your head so somebody else can, because we don't all think the same, you know.
Who was the favorite coach you ever had?
In the NHL?
Yeah.
Dave Tippett. Pretty much the only coach I had, so. I mean, I had Hitch, and he was great. Wasn't my guy. And then right at the end, I had Mark Crawford. Joe Quenneville, who's back in the game, in Chicago, who won 3 cups with those guys. Almost won a cup with the Blues. He was good. He was there for a cup assistant guy in Colorado. He's a great coach. He's a really good coach. But my favorite, I mean, I had Red Berenson in college, and he was an amazing guy. Smart dude. Never yelled at us once. Imagine having 18 to 23-year-old punks and never get mad at them once.
I can't fathom that.
No, it makes no sense. I'm mad thinking about it. He's never yelled at us.
Give us a few of your favorite teammates, your guys.
Yeah, I mean, Morrow, you know, BMO, recent Dallas Star Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
This guy probably played, he's 993 games guy. He's just short of 1,000. He played hard minutes, man. He played hard.
Yeah.
He was tough.
He was a grinder.
We scored goals, but he sat in front of the net, took abuse, hit hard, took hits. Yeah, he was a good leader, good quiet guy. You know, my D-men are always important. I mentioned Hatch earlier. Hatch was good to me my first year in the league. I was having a good year back in Betty, and I knew more people in the country because I went to college.
Mm-hmm.
And so Hatch invited me. He goes, every time, you know, so on the team bus, sometimes there's only 2 seats in the back, and sometimes there's that third extra one right at the end of the aisle. And he's like, if you ever see there's 3 seats, you come sit with me. Yeah.
Right.
So anything that does for confidence, you know, as a young guy, captain of the team. So he was great. Early on, Joe Newendijk was like my big bro. Joe still lives in town here. Get to see him all the time. Yeah. Yeah, so he's here. He's like my big bro. And so we still talk a lot. Steve Ott and Trevor Daly, those 2 guys they were roommates. Moore and I were roommates early on, and then I got my own room because I was a starting goalie. Which Moore was pissed. I'm like, whatever. So you still have to come over and, you know, close my blinds and set my temperature. I'll just leave the door cracked. Just come and make sure the TV's off when I fall asleep. And yeah, we golf like crazy. But those 2 young guys were great. Mike Smith, he lived with me, so he's a backup goalie for a little bit. And then he went on to have a great career. He lived with me the 2 years he was here, right at the beginning of both years. I'm just like, dude, I got a 5th bedroom, and like my fridge is full. Like, anyway, we're still really tight to this day.
Can I stay at your place?
No, you can't.
Can I?
We no longer have the treehouse. It was called the treehouse.
What about me? I'm a lot neater than he is.
Yeah, you can come. You got a nice place here. No, I moved out of that house. That's the problem. So now we do have an extra room, but I'm using it. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Who are some of the fun teammates you had?
We had a lot.
Great hangs.
I mean, Holly's a great hang. He's so funny. Mike Keene's funny. So funny. Daryl Sador's great. I mean, that whole team was littered with just fun dudes. And then, you know who I mean, Otter was a blast. He wouldn't shut up, but he had some good bullshit. I mean, we had so many. Let's see, look around the room. Aaron, remember the tough guy, Aaron Downey? He's the one who got one punch the Carolina guy.
Yeah, that's
okay.
One left. He never even grabbed on, just bam. He a potato farmer from Ontario, and I mean, he was just brute strength. He was just long arms, just worked his butt off. Wasn't a great hockey player. Just, you know, he wasn't tough. But anyway, he was so funny. He ran our music. He told stories. You'd swear they weren't true, but if you didn't witness them, you're like, it's not real life. So he was good. He was a really good locker room guy. So we you know, really, really enjoyed him. there's a bunch of guys around. I sat beside Stefan Robida more than anybody in my career. He was awesome. So we, sometimes on the road, different locker rooms, but I'd be like, told Sudsy or equipment guy, I'm like, if you're having struggling, who to put there, just put Robida. So at American Airlines Center, it was him every game. And then sometimes on the road. So I got a lot of Roby. Actually, he got a lot of me more than am I kidding? He was good. And then the other teams I played for, I just thought the world that this Jonathan Toews guy, the captain for the Chicago Blackhawks, who's just been out the last couple of years, and I just read that he's back in. I want to shoot him a note and tell him welcome back. Hopefully someone will sign him. What an amazing young man at the time, and what an amazing leader.
Like to play? He's going to be playing?
He's going to come back and play. He had like some long COVID illness. And
oh, really?
He went to like Thailand or Tibet to try to get spiritually and just get real healthy. But he was a horse, man. He was one of those guys that could dominate games.
Yeah.
But he's the leader in the locker room too. And he was 24 at the time, and I didn't want a cup. And I was really impressed with him. Bergeron in Boston was great. Actually, I had Jamie Benn as a young kid. His rookie year was my last year here. And so kind of screwed him over. I think he's still mad at me, but that's one of the years we missed the playoffs. I wasn't coming back. Modano and Lettinen. Yuri played with Yuri a long time. He didn't say boo, but what a teammate. What a player. Anyway, so we're on the plane ride back, and I asked our assistant GM, I said, hey, what's the plan with Jamie Benn? Because sometimes you'd send the young kids to the minors. And I'm like, you sending Jamie to the minors? He's like, no, we talked about it. We thought he had a good year. He's an AHLer. I was like, okay, well, good, because I'm gonna screw with him and tell him he's going to the minors. And so I said, well, I'll make you do it. And so he came back to the plane, told Jamie, and like 20 minutes later, we're like, nah, just kidding. He said, you guys serious? Well, it turns out they went to the front and they changed their mind, and they actually did send him to the minors.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I was like,
oh man.
That's awkward.
What are you doing to me? Now he thinks I brought it up, so you guys change your mind. Anyway, he went down there, almost single-handedly won the Calder Cup, which is the minor league trophy championship. Got the team to the finals. Not a very good team either. We knew he was going to be a stud, so he was a lot of fun. Chubbs.
You like beer?
Love beer. got my own even. Look at this.
Well,
tell us about that. What a coincidence.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, Kingsville, like King Ranch down here in South Texas is the name of the beer. Mm-hmm. This particular, our SKUs now are all made in Canada, right? Because that's where I grew up, and we got really great clean water. And we make great beers in Canada, but now we make great beers everywhere. So we'll start making it here in the United States, and we sell here in Texas. This is the Czech style lager, my favorite. You want a real beer? This is it. We sell it all over town. If you're ever flying out at Love Field, go stop by Turco 35. We have our beers on tap and in cans. Love to have you. We got a bunch of other ones. We got a hazy IPA that's dynamite, gold medal winning hef. Really good Hefeweizen, more of a Belgium style. But anyway, it's a unique business. Got a really cool board. I started with my cousin because I didn't know like family operated owned businesses is great, even though I got smart people running it now. Mm-hmm. So, my job is just to tell me when to show up, what to do, what not to say sometimes. Tell me how many beers to drink. But it's been great. Beers to me, it's part of my childhood, just being Canadian. Molson, Labatt's, just iconic beers. Never grew up with light beers until I got to the United States. Just never had any. And
hey, in Canada, it's go big or go home when it comes to beer.
And hockey.
Yeah, and hockey.
Yeah, don't forget. And the Rocky Mountains is pretty big too. But I don't drink beer by myself. And so to me, beer is about friends and family and being together. I think hockey players have known to drink a few beers too.
They have. So I've heard.
Yeah, Stanley Cup's been filled with a lot of beers over the years, and then other things. But anyway, it blew my mind to start it. We've come a long way, and we've had a lot of support, and you'll start seeing it more come the next fall.
And you're still involved in the Stars Foundation?
Yeah. Thank you. We're doing great. We just we do a lot of things in the community, but our relationship with St. Philip's in South Dallas. We committed another $1 million to them, mm-hmm. which is a lot of money for us. We're not a big foundation. So we have our own programming. We do stuff for education, and we do stuff for people with disabilities and with the hospitals. And then we partner with a lot of other great North Texas nonprofits that do just tremendous yeoman's work in our community. So all of our 50-50, all the events that we do, raise money, we give it all away, which kind of feels good. And to a lot of great causes. So we're just trying to do a small part in a fantastic part of the world, which is known as North Texas. We are Texas's team, so we feel like our reach is a little bit bigger. And but you know, playing goaltender in the National Hockey League really kicks the sheets off in the morning, you know. And doing this for the Dallas Stars Foundation really, you know, when I lay my head down at night, I feel pretty good too.
What'd you think when you found out that you were going to be playing hockey in Texas?
So 1994, I didn't go to the draft. I wasn't, you know, blue chip. It wasn't a big name. I was lucky to get a D1 scholarship. So when my mom woke me up that fateful Sunday morning, says this particular year was in Hartford. Hartford's still a team. They did the first 2 rounds on TV, and then the GMs all go out and get drunk, and then they wake up at 8 and just start picking guys, the schleps. I was 5th round pick, so I was on the probably 10:30 a.m. schlep call. I was sleeping. I was in a waterbed when I got drafted. Right?
What?
Started to date myself now.
It was the 90s.
All right.
I like the attention to detail
Yeah.
here.
I could throw some more. I'm going to leave a few parts out, but my mom came downstairs, had a basement room.
Did he have a lava lamp?
No lava lamp. No. I don't want to bed. Yeah. Listen. And so she comes in with this really new, cool invention called the home cordless phone, you know, with the antenna on it.
Yeah.
So she could actually take it downstairs. She's like, "Hey," I'm like, "What are you doing here, woman? I'm sleeping." We had a big night before because we were graduating high school and stuff. And so she, you know, gives me the phone, and it was Craig Button and Les Jackson and our whole head of scouting. The only guy I ever talked to. So anyway, long story short, my mom's like, "Who was that?" I'm like, "I think I just got drafted." You know, I just woke up, and she goes, "What do you mean?" And so, you know, newspaper next day confirmed, yeah, I got drafted. And you know, I had no agent
They
or
didn't
anything.
call you later that day and tell you? Or
Nah,
anything?
maybe they did. I forget. And part of being a goalie, right? And so anyway, I watched, you know, Show Dallas with my mom. Like,
Yep.
if I had my homework done, whatever, on Friday nights, I'd watch it with my mom. So like, I thought JR, Sue Ellen, you know, Bobby and
Yeah.
Bobby Ewing. I'm
was
like,
the
here we
Dallas
go.
you knew.
Yeah, we're going to stay at South Fork Ranch. Like, let's go. Do nothing. At that point in my life, this was going to sound like an oxymoron, but I was never more south in my life than Detroit, Michigan. I grew up 5 hours north of that. So that was the most south. So even by the time I ever got here after college, I was never more south than Cincinnati, Ohio. So to me, Texas could be Brazil. Like, it was so far away. I can not even imagine that. Now I drive home to my lake house from here. It's just 20 some hours. So it blew my mind. And I thank Norm Green every time I saw him. He's like, "Why you always thank me, Marty?" I'm like, "Mr. Green, because I could be living in Minnesota." Thanks for bringing the team to Texas. He's like, "Good point." I got to share you one because I've said this story a few times recently, but this is more for my kids. And you know, I used to say stuff like, you know, first time I ever had a car, and like I bought it for myself, and first time I ever had filet mignon, like I bought it for myself. And you know, they're like, "Yeah, we get the point." And one thing I never fathomed or dawned on me until someone asked me a question about skates, and I never had a new pair of goalie skates until I went to college, until Michigan bought them for me. So when I got drafted in the NHL, I only used hand-me-down skates from somebody else.
Really?
Yeah. And that's yeah. And my kid who's trying out today for Luddy's team, find out tonight. Yeah, proud of the kid either way. But now he wants, you know, $350 stick for the 5th one of the year. I'm like, you have no clue, dude. I don't know, like, feel sorry for him or slap him, you know, like. But they're all. We had great kids, but I I don't know. I'm like, that's just crazy that I contracted using someone else's skates. So when I got a new pair of skates in Michigan, I never broken in a pair of skates in my life. So I didn't, my feet were killing me.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you got to heat them up. And I'm like, okay, that's walk me through this. I don't know what I'm doing. Going to sauna, or we put them in ovens now. Now the skates kind of come moldable, but back then they're just like crazy leather.
Yeah.
With these hard foam. And it hurt to break in skates. So in the NHL, I bet you I'd go 2 years, 3 years with the same skate and just get new steel all the time. Yeah. That's from my growing up habit. Anyway.
Great stories from you, Marty Turco. Can't thank you enough for doing this with us today, man. Really appreciate it.
I look forward to having a beer with you. Kingsville?
Yeah.
Man. No,
Let's
thank
do
you. Yeah, thank you very much for having me. You guys are awesome.
All right. That is the great Marty Turco.
Yeah.
I got another read for you here, though.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Remember, you can find all our episodes on our Patreon page. You can also find us on YouTube and Spotify. So what we would really like for you to do is first, let me get this thing working right again. Follow and share us on your social media. That means everything to us, to those of us who swim in the waters of the podcast. And while we're at it, if you're feeling what we're doing here, then how about a nice review? If you're by the channel on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can help others find us by leaving a review. So do us that little one thing. I don't think that's too much to ask for what we give you here on Your Dark Companion.
Nope.
All right. Thanks to Marty Turco. Thanks to Ashley. Thanks to Shoopy. Thanks to everybody. And most of all, thank you for watching. Bye. All right. I'm going to go take my pants off. Your Dark Companion is a Stolen Water Media presentation.